Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Alex, founder and instructor from Dispatch Training Center. As we approach the Thanksgiving holiday, I would like to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. At Dispatch Training Center, we are truly thankful for the opportunity to work with you, with such dedicated people, with people who want to change trucking for the better. To my students, I am grateful and thankful that you have chosen Dispatch Training Center as a partner in pursuing your new career. To our truck drivers, to our owner operators, to our freight brokers, and also to all other partners who are helping us to grow, who are helping us to change trucking for the better. Truck Stop, that one, RTS Financial, KC Financial, and all other partners. We are really thankful to working with us and making sure that our students, our future owners of trucking companies can get the best products and, of course, get the best discounts on whatever you guys have to offer. I just want to make sure that I also express my gratitude to my family, my friends, to everybody who've been supporting this mission. In the last few years, we guys grow so much. And it's because of you. This is because of your support. This is because of you guys watching our YouTubes. This is because of you choosing us as your training center. This is because of you personally liking the way I teach. This is because of you I am able to share my mission with everybody else. And I'm truly, truly thankful and grateful. I just want to take the moment and make sure that each of you actually gonna spend maybe 5-10 minutes today. And maybe this is a time to write text message or maybe make that phone call to your driver, to your dispatcher, to your safety manager, to your family, because some of you are on the road, and just simply tell them, I am thankful for you supporting me. Trucking is very challenging and it's not easy to survive in trucking, but together we can achieve a lot. And everything starts with education. That's why our mission, our core business in Dispatch Training Center is education. Education is going to help you to succeed faster. Fundamental knowledge will help you not to make costly mistakes. And also, it is time for you to understand, is trucking for me? Should I open the trucking company? Should I become a dispatcher? Should I improve my safety and compliance? And we are here to help you out. After this short commercial, of course, guys, you know me, we're gonna learn something new today. We're gonna go over our Black Friday specials. And of course, we're gonna see what's going on in November market. Is market changing? What's going on? But before that, let's thank all the drivers. Because of them, you guys gonna have a turkey tomorrow. Because of them, you guys gonna be baking that apple pie. And because of our truckers, America's still gonna celebrate another Thanksgiving. So let's say thank you to all of them and make sure you take the moment to appreciate them. I'll be right back in a second and we're gonna continue. And of course, as we continue, guys, hopefully, I hope that you guys can hear me. I hope it was not muted, right? If somebody can just write a comment for me so I can see that you guys heard me, okay? Hopefully, because somehow it was showing that it was muted, but hopefully not. So let's see what specials do we have for you for Black Friday, because everybody have specials, and of course we appreciate our students. So let's see what we're gonna offer. Well, for most of you, we are offering discount on our dispatch training center, which starts next Saturday, right? And for this, you guys need to make sure, and we usually give $100, but this time you guys saving $150, and you will need to use the code Black Friday. This is for our December training, which is starting December 2nd, next Saturday. Also, we are giving special for our webinar. And for our webinar, you guys gonna use webinar 99 webinar. You know what? I did not add that one, 89 webinar. And it's gonna cost you only $99. We never give discounts for webinar, but I want to make sure, guys, that you learn and you educate yourself and you understand that to open trucking company, you need to plan. You need to understand the operational cost. You need to know the steps, how to open MC, DOT, BOC3, trucking permits, right? Connecticut, Kentucky, New York, New Mexico, Oregon. What are the challenges? Are you really ready to go on and open the trucking company? $99, and it's gonna happen on December 18th, right before the new year. This is for people who are seriously thinking of maybe opening MC, activating their USDOT, or maybe thinking, well, is that something I really want to invest? I have lots and lots of students who took my dispatch classes and they are thinking to come into the industry. But please do not make that mistake without understanding how much it's going to cost you, without actually being ready mentally, financially, seeing how many thousands of dollars you should have as a backup. And is this a really good time to come to this business or not? So 3 hours of intense live webinar, and it's gonna cost you only $99. This is something which is gonna help you to achieve your goals and maybe save you from the big mistake, not being ready to become that big boss, right? Another one, and this is big as well, I have never ever gave extra $200 on top of our special combo safety and IFTA training, which is going to be in January. So we're having sale till the Monday. And even for previous students, usually you guys save only $100. Well, with this code, 200 Black Friday, you're going to be able to save $200 on top of already 250. So this is something, if you're serious about becoming pro dispatcher, if you really want to service industry as a pro, safety and compliance is a must. So this is our specials, guys. And today we're gonna learn few things, and of course we're gonna see what else is going on. If you have any questions, please ask me because I will be answering. I don't know, maybe we'll even post the trucks and see tread lines right now in November. So please, I can see my YouTuber questions, and I see Alina's watching. I have Roderick Johnson's watching. Okay, we have Artur, so interested in becoming a dispatcher. I watch your videos all the time. Definitely my favorite. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for the like, share, comments, because it's helped us to grow. And of course, guys, we're getting bigger, bigger, and bigger because you guys are actually learning from our channel. I know sometimes my videos are too long and maybe you are tired of listening to my voice on the background, but I am trying to give you as much information as I could over the YouTube. And that's why we got to our 21,000 subscribers. We also have our TikTokers. TikTokers actually ahead of you, YouTubers. So there we are 23,000. We also have our Facebook. So total we have around 50,000 people who support our mission. And of course, it's our mission is to do what? Is to make sure that we change trucking for the better. The big thank you also for our members. You know that you can support the free education by becoming the member on our YouTube channel. And it's only $3.99. And it can change somebody else's life. We give free education all the time. We have been giving free education for people which have been affected by war in Ukraine. We have been given free education for people in the USA and other countries, people who really want to succeed but unfortunately cannot afford our training. We have been very generous with our free classes. And it does melt my heart when I see that people who got free classes actually go ahead and learn and put an effort and they succeed. Also, I have a lot of scammers who write me touching stories and pretend that they cannot afford my class. And you know what? After class or two, I already know that they just tried to get a free education. And believe it or not, they don't even finish the class. So you believe in the universe, right? You believe in good and bad. If you really need my help, I'll help you out. But please don't try to write me the fake story just because you want to save money on the class. And if I gave you the free class, if our members supported you and you got a free education, please at least finish the class, at least write the review, and at least learn something new. And that's especially for people from Ukraine. In the last few months I have been given a lots of free classes, and it seems like people don't take it seriously. I am Ukrainian. I would like to support my own people, but it's kind of breaks my heart. So unfortunately, I do take my offer back, and I will not be giving any more free classes for people who do not qualify. And to qualify for that, you have to speak English, you have to really be present in a class, you have to finish your homeworks, and you really need to show your efforts. So if you can prove that you're really serious about dispatch, you can still reach out back to me. Well, let's look at what's going on with trade lines, how the market changes, what is the fuel prices, and everything else. So I'll be right back. Please ask the questions. I will be answering. Anything to do with trucking, I will be more than happy to answer for you today. We don't really have the topic today besides being grateful, thankful, and appreciating each other. So let's look what's going on, and we'll come back to you in a second. Well, let's look at our thread lines. Well, hopefully, let me remove the banners. Let me remove this. Let me remove this so you guys can see better. Maybe you can see me here on the side. So, what's going on with the national spot rates? This is for kind of end on November. Of course, we did not finish November yet. We still have another week to go. But this is kind of rate per mile for loaded miles. So our dry runs are still at 206. It's actually a little bit lower than October. Everybody was waiting for the holidays, but the rates did not come up. We're looking at flatbed. It is lower than October, so we're at 244. Remember, loaded miles. So if you really calculating all your miles, that number is going to be lower. And of course, we are talking about our reefers. Well, reefers come up a little bit. Let's think about it. Why do we have the spike of the reefers by, oh my God, 4 cents, 3 cents per mile? Again, due to holidays. I am teaching in my class that you guys have to realize that we have trend lines, right? We have average rate per mile per month, let's say October, November. Then we have a rate per mile for exactly this load, right? It can be 250 coming back home can be $1.80. So if you averaging your 220, you're still doing a good job. Then we have a spot market. Well, that's something when you guys usually watch me on Saturday when we do class and we post the truck somewhere in Washington, Yakima, or California. They need a truck exactly on that Saturday. They need to move that product. That's when they are paying more. Why they are paying more? Because they need the truck exactly for that moment because they cannot find the truck. Usually the brokers are losing money. They need to add money for that spot market truck. Then we have seasonal changes. We have, of course, our holiday weeks. So let's go back to those reefers. Well, what are we all gonna be making tomorrow? Well, we're gonna be all eating turkey, hopefully, right? So we needed actually to bring more food to the stores. So that's what we call holiday spot market for the reefers. So we were bringing apples from Washington State, right? That's where apples grow. So my students understand knowing the commodity, knowing the production, manufacturing, and also putting it together makes a big difference while you dispatch. Well, where's our turkey comes? Well, the biggest suppliers of our turkey is Minnesota. So hi Minnesota, thank you that you actually grow in turkey, and that's why we're gonna enjoy it tomorrow. Also North Carolina, right? What about our eggs? Well, this is gonna be Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, right? What else? Well, we are bringing way more things for our food distribution centers. So, what happening then? As a dispatcher, do you need to pay attention first to hours of distribution centers, receivers, shippers, right? It's going to be affected by what? By the holiday. Most of the people are having the short day today, right? Most of the people are not going to be working tomorrow because it's one of the biggest holidays in the USA. Most of the people are not even going to work Friday, right? So some shippers and receivers are actually closing today and they're not going to reopen till Monday. As a pro dispatcher, do you need to renegotiate those loads because now you have extra transit? You're going to be holding that cargo for extra days due to the holidays? Pay attention. Don't ever have the reefer cargo for extra few days on your reefer. Believe it or not, that $200-300 is not gonna make a difference. But what are you doing? Well, you put in your carrier in a very risky situation. He might lose that load due to what? Due to the cargo claim. So as a dispatcher, we always need to remember holidays, working hours, and don't ever trust those brokers. My dear TQL brokers, my dear Coyote brokers, my dear CH Robinson brokers, I know that most of the time you're gonna be lying on your delivery appointments around holiday because you still need to move that freight. So you're gonna tell that appointment is scheduled for Friday, but most likely they're not gonna receive till Monday. And even today with picking up, you'd better double check. Is that shipper is really open till 4 5 p.m. today? Is that DC is even gonna be open on Saturday or Sunday? Whose job is this? This is your job, guys, as a pro dispatcher. Make that extra phone call. TBD, to be determined. This is a worst case scenario. And let's say you book the load. You book the load just because you need to get back. Let's give an example. You delivering today in Georgia, you want to get back to Illinois. And you did book the load, which is with longer transit till Monday. There was no loads today to go back to Midwest. And then suddenly you see another cheap load from TQL and you book it. Well, now you need to cancel that load and make up the story, right? And most of the brokers, they're gonna understand why are you canceling. Well, you're canceling because you found something better. Maybe not money wise, but transit wise. Guys, remember, if you're a small carrier, that those reports on carrier 411 that you cancel in the load the last minute, your story has to be so believable that they're not gonna put the mark that you not reliable carrier. So please, dispatchers, maybe sometimes you just need to be honest and say, listen, I booked this load, this transit is a little bit longer, I do not want to take liability of holding this product over Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just be honest, because most likely they will make remark, and in the future it's going to affect your ability to book the load. Well, do we cancel those loads sometimes? Yes, we do. Do brokers cancel on us because they find somebody who can do it for cheaper? Yes, that's what's going on. But let's try to be kind of professional on both sides. And actually, let's pay attention to maybe logical booking, pre-booking, calculating rate per mile, understanding that if you go into Georgia and you really need to get out because you're going back to Chicago for Thanksgiving, well, you need to pay attention and probably pre-book it day before. So a lot of things going on, right? Let's see about our fuel. So how's our fuel doing? This is the biggest expense in trucking, right? 40%, 45% of your operational cost goes to fuel. And look at this. Actually, we are still at 421, right? So 421 national average cost, still kind of high. Well, let's see. Hopefully, my students from this class are gonna watch. I see that RDN actually is joining me right now, because in the last class, we could not do one feature. And as a new dispatcher, you want to figure out how I am gonna find those carriers, right? So this is an old version. You can do, guys, the same in a new version. I'm just logging right here. If you can click on directory, and we're gonna get here, please, my students, I am doing it for you just because we could not do it on Saturday. That's what it's gonna happen. It's gonna take you to this page, and it's clicked on all. Well, you can choose carriers, you can choose brokers, you can choose broker, carrier, or shippers. Of course, as an independent dispatcher, hopefully you understand that you are looking for the carriers, right? Why are you looking for the carriers? Because you want to provide service for them as an independent dispatcher, right? As an independent dispatch service. Let's go back and retrain our newbies as a independent dispatcher, as a company dispatchers. Do you need to have your own MC? No, you don't. Do you need to have your own USDOT? No, you do not. Do you need to have the primary liability, physical coverage, or any insurance? No, you do not. Because my students already know that we are providing what? We are providing service, right? Since we are providing service, actually, we're working on behalf of our carriers, right? So our carrier has to have active MC number, motor carrier number, given by FMCSA if they are interstate carrier, if they are going all over USA, 48 states, right? We can also dispatch for intrastate carrier. In this case, they only gonna have USDOT and ICC number because they are just working in one state. We can do that. and we are actually going to be representing them, right? We're not going to discuss right now any power, limited power of attorneys. We're not going to discuss the dispatch carrier agreements, right? We're just going to dispatch, well, you finish my training or anybody's else training, or maybe you learn just from my YouTube videos, and now you have access to that one. Before I actually gonna switch to this, one more time, I'm still receiving a lots and a lots of messages. Alex, please help me out to get that load board because I am outside of the country. I am in the USA, but I am not a carrier. Remember, they switched the rules because of a lot of scams. Because of the fraud, they actually now want to verify who are you going to be dispatching. And if you can prove to that here I am, and of course guys, you can use our code to get 10% off in the next 12 months, right? So you can use this code and you'll get 10% for the 12 months on that one load board subscription. And you should get the pro subscription so you have all the tools. But the only way they're gonna verify and give you access, if you're gonna tell them, well, I am gonna be dispatching Alex Transportation MC 115237. They're gonna call me Alex Transportation and they're gonna verify. Actually, for example, is RDN is going to dispatch. Let's say he is in independent dispatcher, RDN dispatch service. And if I'm going to say yes, actually, he will be in charge of dispatching my trucks, well, they will give him access. If you do not have a real carrier, unfortunately, you cannot get the load board how it used to be. And why? Because we have too many scams, we have too much fraud going on in trucking, and I do back up this extra security measurements from that 100%. I do believe actually that the dispatcher should be working only through having access from the carrier for their load board. So when you pause the truck, everybody can see this is MC, this is a carrier, this is connected to the safer. And I do believe we're gonna actually clean a lots of fake dispatchers, people who try to double broker, people who just not serious. Remember, the biggest mistake was that they were given 1 month free. And every affiliate, for example, I am affiliate and you guys had my link, you go sign up 1 month free with me. Then you go to Trucking Guru, you get her link, you try to get another month for free. Then you go to Dispatch Trucks or anybody, Never Stop Trucking. And then you guys were trying to get 3 months, 3 months, free months. First, that was nonsense already. Because if you're serious about this business, well, you sign up and you actually stick to the product. You don't just look for the free 30 days. And that's why we had so many people who were just not even serious about trucking, who had no clue how to use a load board, what does it give you, and they were making all these random phone calls. So unfortunately, I am very proud that put extra security. I know actually it affects my students because I have serious people, but if they are serious about this, they will find the carrier. So let's go and see. And it's special for Ardian because he wanted me to make the PDF. Well, Ardian, I want to make sure everybody can see this, not just people who sign up for my class. So let's go back. Remember, you guys click on this here, on directory, and that's where it's gonna take you. So we're gonna choose carrier, right? We're choosing carrier. We're gonna go to advanced search. And of course, let's answer a few questions, right? Well, are we looking for the all attorneys? Well, not really. We want to make sure that we have active MCs only. Why do we want to start looking for maybe unsatisfactory or maybe newbies? Well, you can do that, but let's start with the active attorneys. What else I like to do? I like you to go by state. Because if you're going to choose all, it's going to be too much data for you. So take one day, take 2 days, and let's say concentrate on, I don't know, let's concentrate on Georgia, for example, right? Okay. So you choose Georgia. It's asking you for rating. Please don't choose any ratings. Because if you're gonna choose 5-star rating or 4-star rating or 3 stars or 1 star, it's not really gonna show you all the database. So skip it, please. This is my advice for you. Well, operational type. Well, do you want to build your contacts by knowing that this is going to be intrastate or interstate? It's up to you. I do suggest probably splitting and maybe making a list for everybody who is intrastate carrier in Georgia, and then come back and have the database for interstate carriers from Georgia. So let's say I would like to have interstate only. The next question is going to be, well, how many power units? Well, how many power units? Let's be realistic. Who is going to be looking for independent dispatch service or independent dispatcher? Probably carriers who are newer in the business or who are not mega carriers. So usually I want you to concentrate on 1 to 3 trucks. This is a small carrier who's still looking for independent dispatcher because they don't really need a company dispatcher yet. They're not big enough. Usually when people hit 7, 8 units or 10, they want to have inside dispatcher. They want to have company dispatcher, maybe even in their office, or if they choose an outsourcing company, they want the company who is going to be only paying attention to this company. So let's go back. So here we're going to choose from 1, maximum 3. So Ardian, if you're watching me, are we good to go? Are we good to continue? So we're choosing from 1 to 3 power units. Again, drivers, 1, 2, 3. Okay, commodities. And here you can choose by default. Guys, actually, you can just keep it all because a lot of people who open MC, they do make mistake when they apply for MC number. So sometimes you see that people choosing, for example, that they're gonna move agriculture stuff and they are actually not really qualified for that, or they are doing household goods because simply they do not know that this is for moving companies. So I would skip this, right? I would go back and look at the certificates. Do you want to choose everybody who has fast certificate, for example, CSA certified, partners in protection? No, we just click on all and let's go by equipment. Here, I really want you to make different lists. I want you to have dry van carriers. I want you to have reefer carriers, and I want you to have, for example, flatbed step deck. Why? Because it's a totally different market, different way you're going to be talking to your future carriers, different questions you're going to ask, and you will represent your phone call differently. So, here, for example, let's start. I want to start with the easiest trailer in trucking our dry vans, right? Okay, and here it's asking you operating areas, but we already have chosen already, right? We have chosen right here that we are looking for Georgia. Okay, safety rating. Please just put all. Don't just click on satisfactory or unsatisfactory or satisfactory. Why? Because a lot of carriers have none. None can be good, none can be bad. And in my classes, we go over this every class, how you guys go on a safer ride and how you make sure that you pay attention to safety and compliance. So let's click on search and here you go, right? Now you have all this data, right? Let me switch this banner. Let me hide it so you guys hopefully can see better. I don't know. Let me see if I can. Can I make it bigger or not? I mean, you guys can see it's not like we're really going to be looking, but now you have all the carriers in Georgia from 1 to 3 trucks, carriers who are doing interstate business, right? So that means that maybe they go to all other states, or maybe they just stay regional. Maybe they just go Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Ohio, North Carolina, South Carolina, hopefully not to the dead Florida. And then when you click, you can see their data, you have their phone number, you have their email. Then you can go and start looking further. You can go and view more data, right? Unfortunately, this guy was first. Hopefully, he's not having problem with being on my YouTube. So we are talking about M&R Kingham Trucking. I don't know who it is, but we can see that they have their MC number and they are newbies. Because look at this, they've been open in 2023. You can call this guy, you can email him, right? And you can start actually discussing your services. And then we go into other things. You can go and actually see that he is hauling general freight, right? He does have minimum requirement for primary liability. You can also go to FMCSA, and here you can search everything what you need, or you can go back and kind of look through all of this. You can see who is the insurance agents, right? Who has their BOC3? When is it going to be expiring? Look at this. His insurance is actually cancellation is going to be on December 25th and everything else. You can go to their safety data and other things, right? So you can see, are they good on their unsafe driving, their hours of service, vehicle maintenance, and everything else. This is already your safety and compliance. So, one more time, if you guys need to rewatch it, especially my students from October class, my students from upcoming December class, my students from September class, this is just a simple refresher how to find the carriers. Just remember, one more time, I suggest you to do by state. I suggest you to divide by equipment types. I am actually strongly suggesting to look from 1 to 3 trucks only. And I want you to prepare for your phone calls. And remember, you need to make sure that you do not write the script. I don't want you to sound like a robot. Here I am, Alex, calling from the Alex Best Dispatch Services. We provide the best services. We want to make sure that you're going to be moving from state to state, and we are offering you 12,000 gross per week no matter what, right? Guys, first, this is lies because we go by the market. Even if you are pro dispatcher, you are not controlling the market. You're probably doing a little better than any other dispatcher by 15, 20 cents. Unless you're working for mega carrier and you guys have dedicated runs and everything else. But again, we cannot compare one guy with one truck, and we cannot compare mega carrier who has 200 trucks, right? We have to remember this. We also have to remember the difference between working with brand new MC with 30 days in business, 60 days in business, 90 days in business, with carrier who does not have inspection right now on safer, because brokers really want that inspection. This is a big misrepresentation there, right? Because it's not your annual inspection for truck or trailer. This is a random inspection. And a lot of times, if you're working with a carrier who or driver who is a really good responsible driver, he doesn't really get stopped because he's not speeding, his truck is clean, his trailer is maintained, his lights are working. So this is kind of nonsense, and I've been disclosing this to all the brokers out there. So please educate yourself, guys. We cannot just go to any weight station and beg them, please, can you do the random inspection? That's why they call them random, so they can just stop the truck, right? Or when you go to a weight station and you are overweight, or they see that your safety score is down, then actually they want to make sure that you improving. So people with a bad score, they get inspection more often on weight stations. and they still don't get the loads because now why? Now they have bunch of inspections, but their safety is under the national threshold. So it's like it's no win-win situation there. But as a pro dispatcher, do you need to understand safety ratings, right? Satisfactory, unsatisfactory, non conditional. Do you need to understand what CAP means, corrective action plan? Do you know that sometimes they close their eyes and they will give you load if they need your truck in that holiday market, spot market, right? And the next week you call them and they're like, oh no, we cannot give you load now, right? So this is another nonsense. But as a pro dispatcher, you need to learn how to put two and two together, and hopefully it's going to be four. It's not going to be five or six, right? Hopefully you learn in your markets. Hopefully you understand where turkey comes from, and pumpkins. Who can tell me where we bring the pumpkins from, right? I don't know. Let's see the comments. Who knows where the pumpkins come from when we have the Halloween? And actually, before Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming. Everybody is in Amazon are so happy because rates went a little bit up. So now they are faking that lookbook. No matter what, they're taking those team loads because they want to make money. So here you go, Amazon. Good for you. I mean, now they are actually Amazon actually closing their eyes on the fake drivers, on the proving that you have two drivers in the cab. So do you see how this industry works? When they need your trucks, they will not pay attention to your safety. They will not pay attention if this is a solo driver. But when we don't have enough freight, well, they make all these rules. I never told you that trucking is fair. Trucking is the most unfair industry. Trucking actually needs education on all the levels, starting with our drivers. I do believe that people who go and get the CDL, they actually need more training, right? We need to make sure that anybody who opens trucking company at least goes and finish some training for safety and compliance. We need to make sure that our future dispatchers know how to read the map, know how to negotiate, know how to do setups, and at least know the terminology, right? The difference between BOL and POD. What is tonneau? What is a layover? What is a detention? What does it mean drop and hook? What does it mean to load out? What does it mean power only? Plated trail, not plated, swing doors, roll up doors, right? E-tracks, vertical, horizontal, just simple things like that. If you don't even know this much, please don't come to trucking. Don't make it harsher for people who've been on the road all their lives. Please, let's make sure that our truckers can still support their kids and they can still afford to have their own turkey on their table tomorrow. That they are not stuck without loads because you, as a desperate dispatcher, did not pre-book him, or you agree to some nonsense because you did not pay attention to DBD to be determined, or because you trusted the broker that Americode is gonna receive tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Well, let's make sure that we have knowledge. And one more time, knowledge starts with strong foundation. And you guys can choose anyone on the market. If you like the way I teach, if you like our reviews, if you like honest, direct instructor, then please sign up for my class. If you're thinking that by after finishing my class, that the money is gonna just start falling from the skies, please don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. Trucking is harsh. Becoming a pro dispatcher is gonna take time. You have to have your goals. You have to be determined. You have to make sure that you do those steps. People ask, can I become a millionaire? Well, you can become a millionaire as long as you're willing to take million steps toward your success in any business. Doesn't matter if it's a dispatching, if it's being a truck driver, even if it's opening the company or maybe becoming a broker. As long as you put effort, you can achieve anything. So to become a millionaire, well, make sure, are you spending at least million minutes to study and invest in your knowledge? Calculate how many hours is that? How many years is that gonna take for some of you, right? If you are overachiever, well, you're gonna invest in yourself. You're gonna invest in education. You actually gonna wake up every day, and instead of maybe watching funny TikToks, you guys gonna learn something new. And doesn't matter what you learn. Any training, extra training, maybe it's finance, maybe it's how to open company, maybe it's something that has nothing to do with trucking, but maybe it's something to do how to manage stress, right? Because if you learn how to manage stress, how to actually uh, motivate others, how to improve the way you building your workflow around your schedule, that's a big challenge as well. And this is going to help you to do more. Remember, work smarter, be productive. And sometimes people just jump and they reach right here, but consistency is a key. People come to my training, and some of them, they are so enthusiastic and they start calling and calling and calling the first week, second week, and they're like, oh my god, I cannot find a career, I am done. So I probably wasted my money on the training, I'm not going to be a dispatcher. Consistency is a key. This is a number game. So you need to make so many phone calls to get that first carrier. But every phone call is gonna help you. You're gonna first feel more confident. Second phone call, you sound better. Third phone call, you already know the mistakes you did with the first and second carrier. And after 100 phone calls, 200 phone calls, you guys gonna finally understand, well, I do know what I'm talking about. So now this is just a matter of me finding the other person on the same kind of level, intellectual, the way they want to run business, and I can bring that knowledge to them. A lot of times, guys, you just jump to the carrier just because he's willing to give you that chance, but that carrier is not a good carrier. If he does not have any knowledge about operational cost, if you have been in business for 10 years, but he's still stubborn and he's not going to cooperate with you with a spot market, with maybe going outside of his little circle, well, this is not a carrier you want to work with. It takes two to tango, right? Unfortunately, I would love to tango, but I need a good partner to tango, right? Actually, that's another goal. I want to achieve that in 2024. I do want to compete in tango competition. So look at this, setting the goals, right? So what are your goals for 2024? We are in November. You should enjoy your time with family, but probably Monday, on your Cyber Monday, why don't you put it on your schedule? Let me take half hour and I want to see what goals do I have for my personal growth, for my company growth, for my future business, for me maybe improving some skills, and write it down. After you have the list of your goals, now the why, and actually put the steps you're gonna do. But the most important, after you wrote the steps, you need to make that step. If you just write it down, but you never gonna make that step, unfortunately, you never gonna achieve your goals no matter what. In your business life, personal life, family life. So you need to take that step. So, one more time, guys. We do have Black Friday sale. It's already started today and it's gonna go till Monday. For our December class, $150 off, and you need to put the Black Friday code. For our webinar, for everybody, this is the biggest sale we ever had. It's gonna be $90 instead of $199. And if you already took my classes as a dispatcher or even as a safety manager, but you want to refresh, this is a good webinar for you to sign up. If you are owner operator and you kind of clueless what's going on, or maybe you are owner operator who use all third parties and they open MC for you, they did BOC3 for you, they did the clearing house, they did all the permits for you. maybe it's finally time for you to also educate yourself. I understand that third parties can do all of this for you, but you need to know the process. You need to understand what's going on. And of course, the biggest sale is for our January combo for safety and IFTA, an extra $200 on top of 250 already that was built in the package. I do believe that future pro dispatchers have to have a strong foundation in safety and compliance. This is the only way you can call yourself a pro dispatcher. Let's see if you guys have any questions. Hello, Mr. Lincoln. How is that market? Reefer market is treating you. What are you delivering today? Well, good morning from California. Well, it's already good afternoon in Chicago. Look at this. Different time zones. Is that important for the future dispatchers? Yes, it is important. And Mr. Lincoln, of course, wants to open Virginia, West Virginia. Pumpkin? Well, most of the pumpkins come actually from South Illinois, from New Mexico, right? From Missouri, and also they come from Indiana and Michigan. Well, maybe Virginia has some of them, but not as much. Also, we have some from part of North Carolina, but not on the national level. So New Mexico, South Illinois, South Indiana, Michigan, right? Missouri, that's where our pumpkins come from. What else? Who else is watching us? Happy holidays. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with me and Masses. Thank you so much. Mr. Harris is wishing all of us happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving for you. Well, let's see what else. Hi, Alex. I was speaking to a potential client yesterday. I was asked if I am paid by percentage. Will he still have to pay the broker their 3%? Can you explain? All familiar with broker charges of 3%? Well, kind of you getting me confused. Well, you charging him from his gross, right? You're gonna be a dispatcher. So if you book the load for him $1,000 today, let's say coming from Chicago going to Minneapolis, was picking up today, hopefully delivering Friday, because tomorrow most of the shippers receivers gonna be closed, right? Or if you're a desperate one, then it's probably delivering on Monday, then you should ask for extra $300-$400 because you having longer transit. So he's gonna pay you from gross from whatever you book. Has nothing to do with brokers. Please go back and revisit and do not confuse your duties as a dispatcher. Has nothing to do brokers. What brokers? Brokers post the load on the load board. You as a dispatcher booking, you providing service. Factoring is gonna charge if he has factoring. Factoring might charge him 2.5%. If you guys, for example, use me as an agent, let's say you got set up with a factoring. So factoring is going to charge him 2%, 2.5%, whatever the agreement is, right? And then he will pay you from that $1,000. So let's go back. $1,000, 3% to factoring or 2.5%, and whatever you charge, 5-6% from that $1,000. So it should not be confusion there, right? So if you're still confused, go read the materials and make sure you understand this, right? Okay, Mr. Lincoln is delivering some berries to Aldi's in Denton, Texas, heading home now. Well, Mr. Lincoln is our hero. I love his energy. I love his funny TikToks, and hopefully he's gonna have good family time. I've been reading some of your personal posts, and hopefully you guys can solve it as a family. Every family goes through some harsh times. We all need to work on improving our family values, and just remember, be thankful, be grateful, and sometimes forgiveness is a key, and sometimes maybe asking for help from others and trusting probably in universe, higher powers, whatever you trust in, and believing in positivity. So hopefully my prayers to you and your family on solving that, and for everybody who is going to be away from your family, well, we are thankful for you still delivering goods to our families. I want to say gratitude one more time to all our drivers all over USA. Doesn't matter what equipment you ride, you guys rock. Even in this market, you still delivering goods, you are in survival mode. And yes, it's not fair, but hopefully things gonna change. We need to get united, we need to educate ourselves, and we need to change trucking for the better. Well, on Friday, I probably gonna go live and we're gonna talk about UCR and probably everything you need to do in the end of the year. So, kind of preparation for our safety and compliance in January. One more time, do not miss that opportunity of that $200 off. Make sure that you register, and you can register till Monday. Here you go. Our Black Friday comes early in Dispatch Training Center. Please share, please like. For my students who gonna have practice next week, make sure you preparing yourself, and you're gonna represent our careers with wealth of knowledge, negotiation skills, and please let's cut that nonsense right away out. Right? You're representing my careers, you're representing me as an instructor, you're representing my strong foundation, so don't let me down. It will be fun. As many of you have seen, I posted our previous reviews, and I will be working on extra videos today because I have some time. So probably after playing tennis tonight, I am gonna add it few other classes, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching the real people, seeing the motivation behind their mission, why they choosing us, and only together we can change trucking for the better. And of course, we have our students who are telling, have a happy Thanksgiving all. Let's stay positive. Let's share the gratitude, and let's be better. And better comes with starting with your own improvement, personal growth, mental health, setting the goals, and make sure that tomorrow it's going to be a better version of you. So me, Alex, today, when I wake up tomorrow, the only thing I want to be better than I am today. And for that, I need to do some steps. I need to improve maybe the way I'm handling classes. Maybe I need to improve my tennis game today. Maybe I need to set new goals, or maybe I need to improve my broken English and start working on this every day. So, all of us have different goals. As long as you guys work on something, the results gonna appear there sooner or later. Never give up. Never listen to other people who say to you, well, it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Remember? Every mission is possible. It's all up to you. It's all in your hands. And I am here. And I am here is to give you knowledge. One more time, like, share it, ask questions. Please support our mission just for $4. You can become members for our YouTube channel so we can give free education for people in need, so we can actually improve. Of course, you can find us on our website, and we'll see you soon. I'll see you on Friday, and we actually going to be talking about safety. It's the end of the year, and you as a dispatcher, you as an owner operator, you as a driver, as a future safety and compliance manager, you need to understand what's going on. I'll see you soon, guys. Love you, thankful, grateful, and blessed. And that's all I wish to you and your family. Bye, guys.